Welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is the building details. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's MURDY creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about our new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right, so two things. I will be on vacation for a portion of time during July, not for this entire time, but so for not this week, but next week and the week after, there will be no podcast. We will return the week of the 27th, 26th, whatever that last week in July is. We will be back. And I'm sure there will be a lot to talk about. And this particular topic will explain more about why. Now, one of the things that I'm also going to mention outside of that is yesterday was the 4th of July. And something happened. Well, no, 2 days ago was the 4th of July. And something happened that I couldn't have planned if I wanted to, which was that order 1776, order 1776 came in on the 4th of July. And it was a Founding Fathers pre-engraving. One of my team members pointed that out to me, and I was like, that is perfect. That is flawless synchronicity in the universe, and I love it. Regardless, thank you for whoever, well, I actually know your name, but for your privacy, I'm going to keep it to myself. Thank you for the person who ordered 1776. That was great. So, exciting news all around. The paperwork is signed. We are actually, officially, and specifically buying a building in Horicon, Wisconsin. The actual address, I'm going to keep secret until we actually move in, but we are going to be moving. So we will be moving August 1st. So there's a couple of contingencies, obviously, that the deal is contingent upon. One of those things being that we either finish the financing or put a lease in place no later than July 30th. That specifically is set up so that no matter what happens, we can move into the building, even if all of the details for the sale haven't been completely finalized. Now, this gives us a month, which is a very short time, to do all of our inspections and get anything remedied that we need remedied. For the most part, I don't think that's likely to be a problem. It is going to be hectic, though, because, like I said, I'll be on vacation for a good portion of this. Unfortunately, I can't reschedule those, and unfortunately, the inspections need to be done. Good news is I think we'll be able to have the inspectors work around the schedule a little bit, and most of them have been very willing to work with us on that, and I don't actually need to be present technically at any of the inspections. So they're allowed to go in, take a look, put up a report, and I'll read through their reports. We are moving into a 5,000 square foot building, which out of our current workshop is 1,200 square feet. Now, that being said, we're completely drowning in our current workshop, and it has become increasingly apparent throughout quarter two. Now that we're in quarter three, it's still apparent in quarter three, but increasingly in quarter two, it became apparent that size and production space was going to be our limiting factor. We have a great team and we have an amazing process, but that process is still not quite where it needs to be. And a big portion of that is we don't have the proper space to store enough of our raw materials to grow and aggressively grow the way we want to, without running out of things. And while our labor process is pretty tight and the way we get things made is pretty good, it really doesn't work very well if you run out of raw materials that you need. So all of this is an evolution that's taken months. And for those of you who've ordered in the last 2 months and had to wait the 10 plus days of lead time, I am very sorry. This additional space, this new space will be so much better for us. And it's exciting. The building itself used to be an old book depository, and then the other half of the building was a daycare. So the building is currently divided in two, basically. It's got 37 parking spots, and it's, like I said, a 5,000 square foot building. So there's a little bit of work that we're going to need to do to potentially open up one side to the other. I mean, you can get in through the door to both of them, but there's a hallway in the middle of the building that has been clearly walled off to split the building. We're just going to have to open that up. One of the things about this building, and I truly believe that this is God guiding our path, because Lee and I were talking about this, had we not planned on putting the building on the property, we would never have looked at this house. We would never have looked at this area. We found this house because we had unbelievably specific parameters around which house we needed because of the building that we were planning on putting on the property. Well, that led us to here. Well, this house is perfect for us. We've loved every minute of this house. This is a beautiful house. The more I spend time in it, the more wonderful it is. And so now that we moved to this house, I would have never looked at Horicon to buy a building had I not been, in Horicon with the house. So the Horicon building is perfect in ways I would not have anticipated. I'll give you one example. In the center of the building, there is a room that originally, for the book depository, was a server room. So it's a relatively decent-sized room, and it has its own independent, high-powered air conditioning system. Well, for those of you who may have heard of this in the past, one of the issues that we have right now is with 4 engravers running in a room, it gets very hot. Now, we've attempted to cool that off in a variety of ways, and it is manageable. It's not a dangerous or troublesome problem. But it is a huge issue when we're trying to run a whole bunch of things, and it would be much more of an issue if we were adding more machines, which we plan on doing. So the fact that this room is, I would have never thought in a million years, if I was building my own building, to build a commercial server room style air conditioning system for a room that the engravers would go in. But it already exists. It's already built out. It is ready to go. The room itself has got a ton of power leading to it. It's got 30 amp circuits in a lot of places, which is perfect. So we can really, really run a bunch of power to the engravers without any problem or any worry about tripping circuits. The building itself has 600 amp service and 3-phase power. So we don't need to do any sort of fun changing of the way or adding any of the, what are they called? The phase converters, so that we can run our presses, right? It's perfect in that regard. The whole building's on one level, so we don't have to worry about elevators, stairs, or ADA compliance. It's got 3 bathrooms. Which are all unisex bathrooms, so we don't have to worry about any of the nonsense that goes along with that part of the ADA compliance. There's so many little things about this building that are perfect. It even goes so far as that one of the walls of the server room has a giant, what would be a window. It's got a cutout for a window. It's the window currently, the space is currently there's like a little fake piece of, looks like cardboard, that was put between the two to create a partition, but there's a space that you could literally take and remove that and there'd be a wall there or a window there. We can put into that window or in a window in that slides open and put a table right in front of that window on both sides of the partition so that the engraving room people can engrave all of their pieces and then they can set them on that table and then someone can slide the glass open, pull the pieces out of that room and slide the glass closed. And there's a washing sink right there for the rest of the process that we do. It's perfectly laid out. We could not have laid it out had we wanted to any better than it currently is. It's wonderfully set up. Even down to the way that the building flow would work for our production. Now, in the beginning, we're going to be just drowning in this building. It's going to be so much building for what we need. And we're working on kind of figuring out the best way to, in the meantime, set up the space so that we don't necessarily need to use the full space. It'll actually give us a little opportunity where we can put all of the company on one side of the building at the moment and work on fixing up a little bit of the repairs that need to happen to the other side. Some things like some tile on the floor needs to get replaced, and it probably could use a good coat of paint. The drop ceiling needs to get replaced, not only because it's incredibly ugly and I don't understand why people did drop ceilings, but also because it's there's some areas where it's falling out and I want to get it replaced. So all in all, it's so perfectly set up because in the future, the way the building is set up is there's on one side of the building where the book depository was, there's this big empty room that's probably 50 feet wide or 50 feet long by 30 feet wide, maybe bigger than that. It's just this big room. It's open. There's a block of offices. And then there's the server room that leads into the other side, which is where on the other side, there's another big room, probably a very similar size to the first one. And then there's offices on the edge of that big room. Well, the one side, the side that was the book depository, that big room, that wall opens up into the far edge of the parking lot. So what we can do is we can put a drive-in door right there on that side, and it'll be able to have trucks back right up to it. We could eventually put a dock in there or some variation on a dock. We'd have trucks back right up to it, and we could literally pull things pallets in through that drive-in door into the giant area that will be storage. We'll have in that same room, or in the offices, we'll have the hydraulic presses. We'll have the cutting tables. We'll have better lighting. We'll be able to set it up so that, if we needed to, the way the building is actually built is we could literally knock out the entire office section there, and it wouldn't there's no walls that are supporting the building. It's all gable built. So you'd be able to remove the entire office section in the middle there, because you wouldn't necessarily need it if we got big enough. And we would turn all of those into additional storage space. So we'd have this massive storage room to put all of the hides. We could carry a ton of more inventory that we'd need, and it would be wonderfully set up. So we've got the cutting process there. We have shelving units where we can keep the cut materials. The engraving people can then walk over to that cut materials, pull the things off the shelf, walk to the middle of the building where the engraving room will be with all of the air conditioning set up for it specifically. They'll engrave it. They'll set it on that table. People will pull it from that table in the far end of the building in the other big open room, where we'll have a ton of workbenches, and it'll be all set up there so that they can pull it from there, do the process to finish it all, put it all, package it all up, and we'll have a cart for it to go out to shipping. And we can have offices on the side of the production, where the production room will eventually be. We have offices there that have windows overlooking the production space, so we can have our managers and administration people in that area to overlook things. We have similar setup on the other side, where there's a break room and a kitchenette and a whole bunch of other wonderful things like that. So all in all, it's a perfect building. It's everything I could have wanted and more. And I'm so excited for what's coming next. I'm so excited for third quarter, because once we get in that space, we get everything squared away, put things away, we get the machines all set up properly, we will be able to go into a rapid hiring phase, bringing on a whole bunch of new people, expanding the business the way we want it to, and hopefully we'll be able to, because of the space, because of the new logistics, because of the capital financing we've got, we'll be able to buy a month or more's worth of inventory to have on the shelf so that we won't run out of things. And with the additional labor and the additional equipment and the additional raw materials, we should be able to rapidly scale the company and still keep our lead times down to what they are today. I think they're 2 to 4 days or 3 to 5, something like that right now. And I actually think we can get better than that. So it's just exciting all around. And I'm very, very, very grateful to God and to all of the many people who have encouraged us and helped make this possible. And we've got a long way to go. We're not there yet, but this is a huge step that I'm very excited about. Also, we're not going to probably do a retail space. However, for those who were interested in either picking up their item itself, or were interested in, and they happened to be traveling into the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, in Horicon, and they wanted to come and visit and tour the workshop and potentially have something made for them in front of their very eyes, we would actually be able to accomplish that with this building. It'd be great. So, and that's something that is potentially in our future. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in Thursday for our next topic. And don't forget that once that Thursday podcast happens, we're going to be off for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, not 4, 2 weeks. Don't forget to check that subscribe button below, as well as the notification bell, to be sure to get notified when we launch new podcasts. Normally, it's Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. I've been doing pretty good trying to keep up on that. So definitely check that out. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, anything we sell, please contact us at the main page of our website at Murdy Creative Co, or you can contact us via Instagram and Facebook. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals. We'll do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. We do appreciate your patience, however. You want to give us a phone call, it's 414-434-9001. You can call or text that number Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. We didn't work Friday because we took the 4th of July off on Friday rather than on Monday like most people do, mostly because Mondays are crazy busy here. So we apologize if we didn't get back to you on Friday. Hopefully the team will be able to get back to you, or hopefully they would have gotten back to you yesterday, but if not, they'll definitely get back to you today. But yes, you can give us a phone call, 414-434-9001. You can call or text that number anytime. If you think we deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow our new community, and word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So if you're interested in leaving a good review, go check out murdycreative.co/reviews. You can read all of our 5-star reviews there. There's a button there. Click it. It takes you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews. You write your good review. We love them. We read them. They make our day. We're putting them up on the wall of the new workshop. It's going to be fantastic. However, there's another button there that would get you directly in contact with us. If for whatever reason you're going to leave a bad review, please, please, please give us an opportunity to make it right. We stand by all of our products. It's important to me personally that everyone has a good experience with the company. We will do anything we can, including and up to recrafting and refunding you your money for any order. Please, please give us an opportunity to make it right before you leave us a bad review. If you want to tell everyone about the new community, we'd appreciate telling them about the podcast, but also you can tell them about the company and get a little something for it. Go into the main page of our website, MurdyCreative.co. Bottom left-hand corner, there's a rewards button. You click on that rewards button. Once you're signed in, you can see all of the reward points you earn. You get 5% back on any purchase you make as in-store credit. There's also a shareable link there. If you share that link with your friends and family, they get $5 off their first purchase. You get $5 of in-store credit, and we make a new customer. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. Definitely do that if you want to. It really helps us out, and it's a great way to share the company and get something for doing that. If you have any podcast topics you're looking to hear more about, send them my way. I am always looking for new topics to talk about. You can either leave it in the comments below on YouTube, or you can send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co. That's sales@murdycreative.co. If you're looking for multiple binders, journals, folios, anything we sell for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, we have bulk discounts built into our cart. So just add however many you need. Go to checkout. It should automatically apply the bulk discount. The bulk discount starts at the quantity of 5, and that can be, like I said, mix and match, just based off the total cart quantity. If, however, you're not exactly sure what quantity you need and you want to kind of strategize and maybe get to that next price break, send us an email about it. We'll be happy to kind of talk you through it and work through the details of that. sales@murdycreative.co. Also, if you're looking for a custom engraved item, we have no minimums and no setup fees for custom engraved items. It's a flat fee, normally $15. And it can be a little bit more than that if it's a really super large or complicated design, but it's very rare that we'd have one that's more than $15. And that is pre-bulk discount. So if you're looking to get something with your corporate logo on it and you want to get a whole bunch of them, it can be actually a lot less than that $15 per book to get that set up. If you want to learn more about that process, you can go to check out the custom/bulk page under the specialty tab on our website, or you can send us an email about that, sales@murdycreative.co for more details there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Goodbye.